All the popes since the Second Vatican Council have dedicated themselves to the teachings of Nostra Aetate, and particularly what it teaches about the importance of Christian-Muslim dialogue. Most recently, Pope Francis has been, in both word and deed, a great champion of Christian-Muslim dialogue. On Holy Thursday of 2013, His Holiness Pope Francis visited a juvenile detention center in Rome, where he presided at the first liturgy of the first Triduum of his pontificate. At that liturgy, he washed the feet of 12 detainees, one of whom was a young Muslim woman. In terms of his teachings, Pope Francis has been very clear about the imperative of strengthening the bonds of mutual esteem, understanding, and cooperation for religious freedom and social justice between Christians and Muslims. In his Apostolic Exhortation, Evangelii Gaudium, or the Joy of the Gospel, the Holy Father makes 5 important points with respect to Christian-Muslim dialogue. The first is his unequivocal affirmation of, quote, the great importance, end quote, of the relationship between Catholics and Muslims, especially since Muslims are increasingly part of the fabric of traditionally Christian societies. The second is the Holy Father's powerful restatement of some of the fundamental claims of Nostra Aetate, Section 3, where he stresses his own admiration for Muslims' commitment to a life of frequent daily prayer, as well as their commitment to service to the poor and disenfranchised. His third point is that sustained dialogue with Muslims depends on suitable training, so that Catholics, quote, can be solidly and joyfully grounded in their own identity, while at the same time acknowledge the values of others, appreciate the concerns underlying their demands, and shed light on shared beliefs, end quote. His fourth point is an exhortation that our commitment to mutual respect translate into good social policy, which respects the dignity and religious freedom of Muslims in Christian majority societies and Christians in Muslim majority societies. The Pope writes, quote, we Christians should embrace with affection and respect Muslim immigrants to our countries, in the same way that we hope and ask to be received and respected in countries of the Islamic tradition. I ask, the Pope says, and I humbly entreat those countries to grant Christians freedom to worship and to practice their faith, in light of the freedom which followers of Islam enjoy in Western countries, end quote. Pope Francis's fifth and final point is that Catholics must be vigilant in rejecting all forms of anti-Muslim stereotypes and prejudice, especially those which encourage us to cast all Muslims in a negative light because of the violence perpetrated by a few in the name of Islam. Quote, faced with disconcerting episodes of violent fundamentalism, the Pope writes, our respect for true followers of Islam should lead us to avoid hateful generalizations, for authentic Islam and the proper reading of the Quran are opposed to every form of violence, end quote.